we go. Alright, that's enough of that. Hello everyone, and welcome to the chillout stream, where we play things that don't really matter so much, and just try to not care too much about what we're doing. Hello there, Jumbly Wobbly. I see you in the chat. I've seen you on these streams quite a few times. Hello, Nightbot. I've seen you in the chat a few times as well. Because you're a bot. So, tonight is the night before Halloween. And so, to mark this occasion, in celebration of me living in America now, because they're really into this Halloween thing, I guess, I thought we'd rise to the occasion with some spooky games sort of stuff. Excuse me, I'm just getting slightly drunk. Now, I know spooky games might not seem cool with the whole chilling remit, but the way I like to think of it is that if you do see something tonight that does make you shit yourself, then maybe you could just think of that as your bowels having a chill out as well. So, I considered making a concise list of really good horror games, but then I thought, hey, we're supposed to be chilling out about this, so I just totally blew that off and went onto Steam and downloaded 3 of the most recent things that came out with horror in the title, or at least in the Steam tags. Now let's take a look at this first entirely random thing I found. Yes, you'll notice it's the Outlast 2 demo. Now, I wish to specify at this point that I have not played through this yet, so you will hopefully be experiencing this as freshly as I will, with my fresh eyes. So I'd just like to request that people not suddenly jump out behind me while I'm doing this stream, and make me generally unchilled. Welcome to the Outlast 2 demo. You are Blake Langerman. I'm sorry to hear that. A cameraman working with your wife, Lynn. The 2 of you are investigative journalists, willing to take risks and dig deep to uncover the stories no one else will dare touch. You're following a trail of clues that started with the seemingly impossible murder of a pregnant woman known only as Jane Doe. I think there's quite a lot of people called Jane Doe. Perhaps I think it would be fairly straightforward to find some of their family. The investigation has led you miles into the Arizona desert to a darkness so deep that no one could shed light upon it, and a corruption so profound that going mad may be the only sane thing to do. Well, that sounds entirely reasonable. Bear with me a second, everyone. I'm just going to tweet that I'm streaming. In the meantime, I want to enjoy this lovely soundtrack brought to us by some Saucepans and Hammers Limited. Alright. PowerVidsful asks, how come you never reviewed the first Outlast? It's a good question. Why doesn't everyone answer him and explain why you personally have never reviewed the first Outlast? Well, I pressed continue. I don't know what more you want from me now, game. Alright, I guess it didn't take the first time. That's okay. The game's gonna be a bit chill as well tonight.
Tell me when we're good. Okay, we're good.
I'm good as well. Are you good, chat? We're all good.
Pregnant and alone on a barren stretch of highway 100 miles from the nearest... Oh, the fuck? Did you see that? We lost the engine. Fuck.
Oh, I was about to ask why that flame was burning upside down there, but I think I'm getting right the answer to my question. Alright. Well, this is jumping right into the action. A lot more than the first Outlast did. Seem to remember you had to shimmy around some scaffolding for about half an hour before the action started in the first one. Okay, I guess whatever we were in crashed. Those are some styling glasses. Are we playing as Edward Nigma? Well, I shouldn't think that'd still be working. Okay, I hope we're not going to spend the whole game limping like that. Well, that's not making much of a difference, is it? You know what, I think I left the gamma up a bit high. Oh yeah, I wouldn't call that barely visible, would you? Angus the Chap asks, what are we playing? We're playing a bit of Outlast 2. The demo, of course. Alright, that's a little bit more atmospheric. Ah, a windmill. Looks like this is going to be a very chill evening. Thanks for helping to chill us all out, Mr. Windmill. I didn't clean my glasses properly. There's mysterious words appearing in front of my eyes. Huh, wasn't I dragging my leg a second ago? Yeah, we seem to be alright now, just merrily bobbing left and right.
Hello? I'm lost and hurt.
We're lost and hurt. Double trouble. Oh, it's jammed, is it? Well, thank you, mysterious words. Hi, Royal Twit the Third. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're chilling out. It's a lovely 7 p.m. here on the Pacific Coast.
Please.
Maybe it's not 7 p.m. where you are. Perfect chill out time.
Who's...
Maybe it's a little bit later.
Jesus.
Maybe it's Monday.
No.
And you're getting ready for a very unchill day of work. But hey, you don't come onto the chill out stream unless you're prepared to let those worries drift away for a while. I'm not going to worry at all about that weird bloke. Clearly he had better things to be doing with his time. I guess that's jammed as well. Bebop Man says this looks like the beginning of Evil Within. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Evil Within started with you going into a mental hospital, you idiot. I haven't seen a mental hospital. Maybe you live in one. Okay, I guess that would have been scarier if I had the volume up higher. Hello, Digicheer. Welcome to this chill out stream. Well, I can see that door's not jammed. Oh dear. The stream's getting all overexcited. Jumbly Wobbly asks, have I found a nice place to go rock climbing yet? Yes, there's lots of lovely touchstone climbing gyms within the Bay Area. Okay, Oh, okay. X seemed to be the only option there, but I think I confounded it. Why was there a bird inside? Asks Smuggles999. That's a good question, Smuggles999. Maybe someone left the breadcrumbs out. That's a very low crouch we've got. Attackerman3178 asks again, what game is this? It's Outlast 2, the demo, you fool. I admit perhaps we should have put the game name on the stream, but frankly I've already alt-tabbed out once to tweet that I'm streaming and I can't be asked to do it again. 'Cause hey, that's not what the chill stream is about. Oh hey, I guess this is where we need this. Angus the Chap asks if I'm a belay or bouldering man when it comes to rock climbing. Well, I prefer the belay and the top rope climb. It feels like you're achieving something. I like to imagine that at the top of the top rope there's a supervillain called Professor Bastard, and he's standing on the edge of the cliff that he's just pushed me over, and he's making a speech to my sidekicks. And right when he says the words, "And who is left then to stop me?" I'm going to get to the top of the climb and pull him right off. That's how I stay motivated anyway. Yes, this is Outlast Traveller 800, shut up! Alright. Someone's having a bit of a chat down there. Hey! Well, that was unexpected. I don't believe there was any, strictly speaking, supernatural element in the first Outlast game. It was all about just crazy dudes, and there was this weird sci-fi bit at the end. But that was definitely a giant tongue. Yes, Frostglare, talk about taking our licks. And I just heard a child scream. So just to recap, we've crashed our plane and we're looking for our wife in... Well, we were looking for her in a sort of backwoods, darkened redneck territory, but things seem to have taken a turn for the weird. Yep, map checks out. Russia is definitely there. Hey, that's where I am. Why don't you pause the stream and put a pin in your monitor where you are in the United States? It'll be a fun game. Well, at least the education budget in this weird backwoods community is good. Logichan asks, do I have a personal Twitch channel? No, I don't. I just stream on the Escapist stream channel. Because you've already got all the subscribers that I can leech off of. Alright, I knew it couldn't last. Oh, it's a Catholic school. Well, things are coming together a little more obviously now. Digitcheer asks, horror games have gotten a bit stagnant aside from more experimental ones like Until Dawn and FNAF. Would I agree with the consensus? And if so, what would I suggest the genre needs? Well, thank you for your question, Digitcheer. Ooh, let's hide in this locker while I answer it. Well, I've always felt having no ability to fight back is overrated in modern combat, in modern horror games. I mean, the good horror games I've liked in the past, you could always fight back. It just didn't help. Now, not being able to fight back and just being able to flee from the monsters feels like it's become a bit of a gimmick. But let's continue exploring this lovely school. It's got way more lockers than my school had. Guess I already checked that.
Jessica. And Lynn.
Okay, my character seems to recognize this.
This was Jessica's.
Well, this is pretty pulse-pounding so far. Double H Assassin asks, what does Yahtzee think of the Nintendo Switch? Well. Ooh, that gave you a bit of a jump. Ooh, another one. Well, I guess I'm not that into the Nintendo Switch, since you ask. Doesn't really feel like my demographic, but then Nintendo hasn't for quite a while now, because I'm over 25. Yeah, I saw you again that time, Mr. Weird Shadow. It's just every time I turn, isn't it? You're getting predictable. Smuggles999 points out in some horror games you can't even flee. Indeed, that would of course be the case in Five Nights at Freddy's, which is kinda shit. Well, that wasn't very chill. Alright, I guess we'll just climb inside this locker then. This feels like the logical way forward. Baxkiller 5 was expecting a jack in the box, but I guess that would have been a little bit too obvious. Okay, move backward to open door slowly. Can I open the door quickly? Oh, hang on. Something weird happened with my arm there. Ah, he's just touching the door frame for comfort. I've been there. Bloke whose name I've forgotten.
Jessica.
Okay, that was Jessica, I guess. She's really terrified by broken TVs. Oh, this isn't going to be one of those darkness in your past sorts of horror games, is it? I don't think anything's topped Silent Hill 2 in that genre. Oh hey, I saw you earlier.
I'll bleed you in the yard!
Oh, thanks for reminding me, game. It's true, I can run. Man, it's catching. That was very alone in the darky, says Isocrid. I'm not sure I agree, because we weren't exactly alone and it wasn't particularly dark either. But then that was the case with the last couple of Alone in the Dark games. It's full asks Yahtzee, you ever think you're nostalgia blind to Silent Hill 2? It's entirely possible. But then I play something like this and think, no, I was probably right. I'm just going to crawl along my belly, get the lovely sensation of crushed corn upon the bollocks, and hope that guy doesn't notice me. Oh shit. Oh, actually, I don't think they saw me then. I'm just taking it in on faith, game, that those flashlight beams are actually attached to something. It could be they're just trying to pull a fast one on me. Well, it'd be nice to know where I'm supposed to be going now, game. Okay, run away, hide from the enemy. Kinda done that now. No, it's okay. We're very chill tonight. If you want to have me just explore this cornfield, that's cool, game. We're all chill here. And when you get down here, you'll be chill too. Gunners May 184, it's Outlast 2, isn't it? The demo. Oh, this looks like a place. Oh, I recognise those hanging dudes. This is where I just was. Well, I guess we're free to explore it now. Oh, that chasey man is diligent in his home security. Alright, well I can see a barn in the distance. I guess we'll head vaguely in that direction. This is fun, isn't it? But then I am very, very into corn. Well, it seems like that's where I'm supposed to go, because that's where all the buildings have been modelled. Little game reviewer's tip there. Oops. You guys chill. Ooh, look what I found. Ah ha 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 ha. Or not. I thought I could get under there. Ah, this looks like a place. Oh, great. Some music kicked in there. I guess that means I have to be all dynamic and shit. Alright, this looks like progress. Oh! Weren't you in Resident Evil 7 as well? Ooh. Well, that was a bit graphic. Resident Evil 7 lady's got no chill at all. Well, that was a fun little experience, wasn't it, viewers? Little being the operative word, but hey, it's a demo. That's pretty chill. Well, while I exit it and think of what to play next, why don't we talk about everything we learned from that little experience? Well, we learned that it's probably a bad idea to hang around in front of weird ladies with scythes, but show me a game that doesn't teach you that lesson. Isocrid points out that it was cheaper than a vasectomy. There you go. That's the silver lining in that little experience. Alright, well the good news is I kind of anticipated this game not taking very long, so I downloaded a couple of other very recent Steam games with horror in the title, or at least in the Steam tags. So let's take a look at one of them now. This one, probably one you genuinely haven't seen. Digicheer asks, do I find scripted events in horror less scary? Well, if they were, then there'd be no horror films, would there? Ooh, that's pretty loud. I'll lower the volume on that. Bear with me, everyone. Now, here's an interesting game I found very recently came out under the horror tags, and you can see why it immediately grabbed my interest, can't you? That's being a bit weird. Give me a second, I'll just tweak that. Okay, I guess we're just stuck with that weird thing going around the outside. But never mind. Let's try to be chill about it, everyone. So, this is a horror game I genuinely know absolutely nothing about, which just came out, but hey, it's Halloween Eve. Let's go crazy, right? Baskiller5 points out this looks promising. I think you're right, Baskiller5. I mean, look, the main character's wearing a belly shirt. That's only been done like 60 or 70 times. Hey, and cinematic cutscenes as well. This game's going places. Is that us? Is that us waking up in a spooky place? I believe it's us waking up in a spooky place.
My head hurts like hell. Where in God's name am I?
Well, we're not anywhere in God's name. I don't think we're inside a G, or an O, or a D. I think we're just in a toilet that someone's very crudely vandalized. You know, I was thinking about this today, chat. Wouldn't it be interesting to play a horror game, where you play as the dude who runs around scrawling weird messages on the walls? It'd be an interesting mechanic. You could get rated out of 10 for how scary each message you write is. Well, I'm using a controller actually, game, but that's okay. I'll just press buttons until I find what you assigned to the left mouse button. Alright, well, I appreciate whoever took the time and effort into being able to use a handwriting font on a wall and then use word art to make it all wobbly bobbly. That's an amount of effort that I doubt many of the people looking at this graffiti would appreciate. Sis should better not ruin it. I like him so much. Nice to have a family. Well, I don't think that's quite a haiku, but you get in there. Don't run, it will Oh, I think this is the tutorial. Don't run, it will weaken you. Drink, it will restore your strength. Hide, listen to the bills. Oh, the bells. I was going to say, which bills? Oh. Well, that was a big build-up to bugger all, wasn't it? You know what? I agree, Wall. I'd like to play this game as well. I wasn't serious, game. I hope I'm pressing the right button here. Well, it's a good thing I've got you with me. Oh, classy game. Classy. I haven't seen that since Trespasser. Look down, and there's some juicy tits. Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Right, well, we have a key. And we're the kind of game protagonist who's smart enough to realise when we want to use the key.
Alright, and now we should search for the exit.
The main character's got quite a cut-glass British accent. I immediately identify with them. Ugh, is it? I think you need to work on your fashion choices, lady.
There is something hidden inside, but I can't seem to get it out.
Well, break it then. Oh.
Damn, that was loud. I just hope...
Hey, she took my suggestion. Bear with me a sec, guys. Because I can't quite read the chat from where I am. I'm just going to move my monitor around a bit. No, I'm not. See, the game tells me it's running in 1280 by 70, but if it were, I would be able to have the chat on the right-hand side of the screen, and it clearly isn't, because I can't. Alright, now I can see the chat better. Alright. Ugh, it's got motion blur when you turn around, I hate that.
Way too dark.
Chaos Runner asks, is that the first bit of logic I've seen in a horror game in a while? I think that's the first bit of logic I've seen in an adventure game generally. You find something inside the vase, so immediately smash it. You know what? I'm on board with this. I'm liking this lady. She's got a good head on her shoulders. There it was there, look. Actually, I might revise that.
Creepy.
Someone's been posting Suicide Squad publicity pictures around. Oh, sorry, I was too busy making a witticism to be scared by that. Sorry, game. I'll try harder to be scared. It's just difficult with these wonderful fun bags keeping me company.
My boss, Dr. Kruger.
Oh, subtle, game. I look forward to meeting your other bosses, Dr. Voorhees and Dr. Chucky and Dr. Pinhead. Well, I think I see where you were going wrong with your douche there. If you're spraying red stuff all over the desk in front of you, you're probably using it wrong.
Maybe I should search for a light switch.
Well, I was was kind of ahead of you there, lady.
If I could use the computer, I might be able to contact the police.
Oh, double trouble. It's Dr. F. Kruger.
I don't know the password. Most people use a password which is easy to remember. Some important date or something like that.
Oh, you're gonna really smash me over the head with this one, guys, aren't you? Alright. 7/06, Catherine's birthday. The date's 2013. Presumably we just need to find out how old Catherine is, deduct that from 2013, and then we'll have the number that is the password. But I'm just guessing here. Oops, that wasn't the use button, was it? The Solaris Research and Technology Center has temporarily closed its gates. Well, be kind, everyone. It's a indie production. They can't afford proofreading. Since the beginning of fall, at least 3 employees have gone missing and are potentially victims of a crime. No specific crime. They're just blue sky thinking here. The latest person, a young woman, was last seen a week ago. We're not gonna say what their name was. That would make it a little bit too easy. Since there seems to be no other relationship between the missing persons, Solaris' reaction was to send all employees on vacation. I agree, escapist subscriber music. This seems like a pretty rockin' place to work. We are deeply troubled, stated CEO Elliot Spencer, who was a character from the Hellraiser movies, and we want to do everything in our power to protect our employees. The police are still investigating the case. And there's no full stop and no scroll button. I guess that's all we're getting. Alright, what are we looking at? Ooh, quite a bit of gymnastics this lady did. The Happy Pony. Silly name but so much fun for children. 202-555-0132. Hope Kathy likes it. Isa. Trouble with the records. Needs to be fixed. Will be late again. Need to call the babysitter again. Damn, this had to stop. We'll take a day off tomorrow. Everyone's taking days off. Bloody hell. Should spend some time with Kathy. Take her to the zoo. Yeah, I'm sure she'll appreciate that. Lisa's day of death is next week. Well, does Lisa know? Have you warned Lisa? I need to think about something for Kath. Oh, sorry. Next week, full stop, comma, which I think is pronounced Need to think about something for Kath. Don't want her to be sad again. 6 years and still. Ask Isabel for advice. Birthday party. Well, why don't you coincide it with the death day party? Giant cake. Organise trip to Pony Farm. Call parents for sleepover permission. Again, do a little bit of acrobatics and back to the game. Secure your partner for safety. What is safety? Well, if you're in the market for some, then I think if you have to ask, you'll never know. Safety is our new product line. Oh. Well, I think you might have some trouble with that name, copyright-wise. Or maybe that's the plan. They're just hoping to sue everyone who tries to use the word safety on anything from now on. Why safety? Sometimes it's important to limit access to your system. Safety is your elegant solution, barely visible and highly secure. Okay. Yeah, I guess sometimes it is important to limit access to your system if you're feeling bored and want to challenge yourself. I've seen that film. Alright, so I guess we're still looking for that password. And these aren't files you can look at. I notice I can't rotate my vision any further down because my tits get in the way. Alright, have we got enough information to make a deduction yet?
A lot of dates and stuff I don't understand.
Catherine's birthday. Alright, I'm guessing since Catherine's birthday is highlighted with a massive Christmas lights all around it, that's our clue for what the password is. So was Catherine the daughter going on the pony ride? Yes, I think it was. Hope Kathy likes it. So here's what I'm thinking. Kathy's the daughter, and the year the daughter was born is gonna be the passcode. Possibly the month and the day as well, but we already know those. So we just need to find out how old Kathy is. I'm sorry, Kathy. Well, you wouldn't like to also list the age of Kathy while you're apologising to her. Say, I'm sorry, Kathy, who happens to be such and such years of age. Guess that would be too straightforward. Well, let's see if we can find like a birthday card or something. I can't see a bloody thing over here. Yeah, I think Kathy's established you're sorry. Now you're all alone too. Well, I'm hoping 2 isn't actually her age. That would be weird. No, you can't put a 2-year-old on a pony, can you? Well, I'm running out of ideas. I swear I've looked at everything. Have I? Well, this was a bit much to throw at me this early in the game. I was hoping I could get some spooky things in first. Hey, Pluto doesn't belong there anymore. Even this rockin' soundtrack isn't helping. No, okay, it's a 4-digit code, so presumably it is the year that what's her name was born. Alright, okay, I guess we're inspecting this ID card for no particular reason. Futhington says, I have seen it already. What have I seen? Where am I looking? Help me out. Whee! Oh, okay. Lisa's day of death is next week. Need to think of something for Kath. 6 years, and still. So, what? Did she die in childbirth? See, I didn't read that as... Well, 6 years before 2013 would be 2007. I mean, I'm not a mathematician, obviously. Well, that didn't work. Oh, okay. It was just 0706, which was the date that appeared right in front of us. So there we will go. We were a little bit too clever for the game. Well, fuck you too, game. And again, I just wanted to look at Catherine's baby pictures. Ooh, I see which one I'm going to look at first. Oh, Mr. Craven. I guess we're doing a thing. Wes Craven, presumably director of Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream and a couple of other things. Hello, Mr. Craven. Thank you for taking care of my dog the next week. Okay, so this is a preemptive thanks? Please treat him like that. I get the feeling this guy's case is all over the place. Take him for a walk, one full round at 12 o'clock AM? Man, piss off. When you're back it should be 2 o'clock PM? Man, this email's just whacked. He will then have a nap until it is 4 AM. Afterwards, around 6, you should feed him, and then you will need to walk another big round till 4 o'clock. My dog's name is Safety. Well, that's just crazy pants. This, I'm not really liking this operating system. I don't think it's very user-friendly. Fine, let's read the other email. I'm sure it's the important one. I am really sorry about everything. Can't we talk about it one last time? I'm sick of it. Can't you imagine what you have done? Honestly, I've never seen so much incompetence and lack of responsibility before. You're fired. Oh, I guess this one came after the you're fired bit. I guess it would have to. Alright, well I guess we can click on this bit. Well, what a beautiful circle of friends these people have. Okay, what the hell am I supposed to be clicking on, guys? Oh, I see you're a fan of Outlast as well, Marianne. Oh, what do you know, fucking called it. Someone's called Voorhees. Well, I guess it's not my credit card that's on this thing. That was it. I thought we were supposed to be getting this door open. Is it open now? Nope. Digicheer asks, was there anything valuable I took away from reviews of The Consuming Shadow? Well, maybe hiring an artist was a good idea after all. This is starting to piss me off, listeners. Right, we definitely clicked on everything, didn't we? I'm just not sure how this is supposed to get the door open, I suppose, is the thing. Can we click on history? No. Can we click on spam? No. It's important that we know what this bloody dog's name is called. Wars of Swords points out that getting pissed off isn't very chill. You're quite right. I should not be getting pissed off with this game. Hey, it's just deciding to be chill about things. Oh, hang on. Well, that was a whole build-up to bugger all, wasn't it? Well, I feel like we were getting somewhere with the web browser thing. Proteus shot taken from our base in Springwood. That's another reference. What is Springwood from? Rings a bell. You know what? If I can't figure out what's going on with this shit, I'm just gonna play something else. Sly Dante points out that it's the nightmare that Springwood is the Nightmare on Elm Street town. Well, I had a feeling it was, yes. Alright, one last try. What's on this bloody computer that might open the door? That didn't work. And that didn't work. Yeah, you know what? I don't think this game's working out terribly well. Well, yeah, what can I say? I guess it was just too spooky for
A
me.
lot of dates and stuff I don't understand.
I swear there's got to be something else in this room, right? They wouldn't just put you in here. Alright, bollocks to it. Well, that was The Last Look. I hope it was everything you dreamed of. Oh, alright then. Well, fortunately I had one last backup plan for today. To tie in with the Halloween theme. We'll just wait for that to sort itself out. Furthington points out that yes, indeed, that was our last look at The Last Look. Double H Assassin makes exactly the same joke. I think that's the trouble with choosing names in this day and age. Baxkiller 5 says The Last Look lives up to its name. How many times are we going to do this fucking joke, guys? Alright, I think we're just about ready. That's right. I guess it wouldn't be Halloween if there weren't skeletons in it. Because happily, I've been replaying this game lately, and fairly recently I got to a bit with lots of skeletons in it. So that'll keep the Halloween theme going. And as you can see, I've come to today's Dark Souls stream in my Halloween costume of a hot air balloon. Redgrave192 says, wouldn't Bloodborne be a bit more fitting? Probably, but I don't have my PS4 or my recording thingy set up, so bollocks to you. Ah, I'm feeling a lot better about this already, aren't you guys? Oh, that giant guy has no chill. Ah. The Pash asks, what the fuck is that? I presume you're referring to my hot air balloon costume. This is the Xanthus crown outfit. And I hope that answers all the questions you had about it. Fuddington says Dark Souls is one of his comfy games, and it's certainly one of my comfy games as well. If I can just find the bloody cave entrance. Oh, hey. Jumbly Wobbly says the necromancers are a bitch in the bit we're heading towards. Not to worry, I've actually already got quite a ways through the next bit. I just have to get through it all again because I didn't get to a bonfire at the end of it. Coh. Who'd be me? Isocrid points out that it could be a match head. I don't know what the hell matches you've been using, Isocrid. Isocrid says, kinda sad this isn't Dark Souls 3. Well, there's that. But, on the other hand, Dark Souls 1's a way better game. Oh, those skulls are very antisocial, I find. See, it's a good thing this isn't a match head, because the match head would immediately be getting struck up on this rocky ceiling. Frostglare points out it kind of looks like an upside down golden cock and balls as well. Well, again, I'm not sure what the hell kinds of cock and balls you've been playing around with. The Pash asks, have I played the Ariandel DLC? Can't say I have, actually. I very rarely play DLC. My schedule precludes me often from revisiting games for DLC purposes once I've finished them for review. Yahtzee, how bad would Star Wars episode have to be if you did not want to see episode 9? Well, to be perfectly honest with you, War at World 17, I don't particularly want to see episode 8 either. I mean, I saw The Force Awakens and yeah, it was perfectly functional, but I don't think any sequel would be anything I'd want to go out of my way to check. Oh, you spooky skeletons. I think I'm seeing what the problem is with this big hat now. I can't see the spooky skeletons in front of me. Fuddington asks, have I ever played a game called Sunless Sea? Yes, I have. I hope that answers your question, Fuddington. Oh, that was a bad move. I could see him doing his little parry stance. But I hit him anyway, because I guess my reflexes are a bit chill today as well. Jumbly Wobbly points out The Force Awakens feels like a cast reunion. Well, up to a point, I guess. Not so much as the latter Star Trek films did. You know what? This hat's starting to annoy me. So I'm going to put my other usual hat on. And there it is. I'm wearing my Pyramid Head hat. Pyramid Head Red Riding Hood. Oh, bugger. This one's taken me by surprise. Trouble is, the skeletons are very well camouflaged for a place full of skeletons. You know what this hat kind of reminds me of is that bit from Tim Burton's Beetlejuice where one of the ghost fellas has stretched out their head in a really weird way. Hi fellas. And goodbye fellas. I'm going to drop down here because I happen to know there's a bonfire this way. Tom Bombadil _ Tom Bombadillo, who probably has one of the most obnoxious names in the chat. Do I know of any games with world maps that are even comparable to Dark Souls? Well, my go-to comfort game before Dark Souls was Symphony of the Night. So, I guess that'll do, yeah. It's rare to find a game that, once you get to what appears to be the end, it instead has an entire other game after that as well. Alright, I think we've chilled out of the bonfire for long enough. Triquette Archer asks, do I prefer to wear items for their stats or their fashionable looks? As long as I'm fast rolling, I don't mind so much. I guess fashion wasn't a huge part of my motivation for this outfit. If it were, I'd still be wearing that beautiful giant knob on my head. No, I like to balance function with aesthetics, I suppose. I'm wearing this outfit because I'm a bit of a sorcery build. I just haven't really run into anything that's worth using sorcery on. Right. Yes, I need to very carefully... Ooh. Well. Spontaneous suicide at the first sight of me is new for me. So here's one of the advantages of being a sorcery build. Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that a nice, chill descent? Now, actually, before I continue, I'm just going to none too subtly change to a high stability shield. Because of these assholes right here. Shit, 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 shit. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Bascular5 shares that his chill-out game was Metroid Fusion. Yes, I've chilled out with that game as well. Although it's a little bit brightly coloured for me. Alright, I see another wheel skeleton, one waiting to ruin my day over there. Yes, why don't you go and join your friends? Have a little wheel skeleton party down there. Ah, I guess he had a friend as well. Right, I'm gonna magic you just for that. Oh bugger. Oh bugger, this isn't working out at all. And that, kids, is why everyone hates wheeled skeletons. But it's okay. We're chilling out. That's the idea of the Dark Souls chill out. Being killed doesn't piss us off. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. Frost Glare points out that I just cast magic missile at the darkness. Yes. Very witty and referential. Oh, you decided you're going to draw out your moment, haven't you? There we go. This is turning into a very skeleton-centric Halloween. Alright, time to repeat the miracle of the magic feet. World 17, Yahtzee, were you disappointed when it was revealed that you could not play as the Germans in Battlefield 1? Well, geez, guys, I haven't started playing that yet. Thanks for the spoiler. Now I'll be unable to enact my usual fantasy of dressing up in a 1914 German Wehrmacht army helmet and screaming foreign swear words at the monitor. Yeah, come on then, let's bottleneck them. Or they could just wreck us up from behind, they could do that as well. Alright. Can I move the mouse cursor off screen? Certainly could. Sorry, I got so excited by the prospect of playing Dark Souls, like I do all the time. Tom Bombadil suggests putting on the wolf ring to get some poise. That might be a good idea. Oh, he's doing it again. Look at this bloody drama queen over here. See what happens with the wheels is I block one of them while he's targeted, and then he rides straight past me, and then I'm facing away from all his friends, and they get me right up the bum. Riddle78 says, Xanthus set and the Drake Sword in the CQB clusterfuck that is the Catacomb stroke Tomb of Giants. Yes, you got a problem with me, motherfucker. Oh, I didn't see you. Alright. I think I got this figured out now. You know what, I didn't even know you guys had a non-rolly attack. But there he was, doing a little punch. Well, I guess there's no reason not to try that wolf ring idea. Isocrid suggests using a spear with the shield. No. I worked very hard to get this Drake sword, and upgraded it to full, and I'm damned if I'm not going to keep using it forever. Well, you're a cheeky son of a so-and-so, aren't you? Actually, I did a lot more than just cut off the dragon's tail to make the sword. I had to upgrade it as well, which meant I had to collect pretty much every dragon scale in the game. And I ain't joining that weird covenant. That's how they get you. I basically collected every dragon scale you don't get from the covenant in the whole game. And it was no mean feat, I'm telling you that. Now you'll be pleased to know I've already killed Pinwheel, so we can just dip our balls on all of his stuff. Ha ha. War at World 17, who seems particularly invested in this question. Yahtzee, what historical war should shooters move to next? I'm thinking either the Korean War or the Winter War. Well, I would suggest the Cold War, and then you don't have to make war shooters anymore. You could just release a big experience of someone sitting alone in an office filing reports for 30 years. And then we could make something else other than war shooters. Ah, yes. I already had the thingy equipped. There. Now we can see a bit better at the expense of our shield. Because Dark Souls never gives without kicking you in the balls with its other hand. Punching you in the balls, I should have said. Hello, Charlie. I've got some great heavy soul arrows with your name on it. Oh, I think I just pissed him off. Well, if you're not going to be civil about it. Lord of Chanex asks, Yards, do you think there will be any Dark Souls rip-offs? What do you mean, do I think there will be? There's already a couple. Lords of the Fallen, Sultan Sanctuary, Dark Souls 3. I'm just kidding. Alright, how do we want to handle this particular conundrum? Great heavy soul arrow, and a drop attack. That'll sort him out. Now where's that bloody bonfire? I know you're around here somewhere. Oh yes, Neo. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. Neo is the other Dark Souls clone. Jumbly Wobbly asks, do I recommend Salt and Sanctuary? Yeah, it's alright. Oh. Started working in teams now, I see. Oh, come on, I blocked that. Ah, yes, this is where we want to be. And there it is. Riddle78 says, yeah, that kick is a guard break, Yahtzee. Don't speak to me like a child, Riddle78. Well, I'll let you in on a little secret, chat. I only wanted to get to this bonfire because I didn't want to actually tackle the Tomb of Giants until I had the thing on my head that emits light. So let's go to the place where you get that. Which will be... well, it will start us off at the Daughter of Chaos. Commander Krell says, Yahtzee, there was another Souls-esque game called Dark Mouse, which, despite the title, is not a goth version of Art Spiegelman's most famous comic book. It's Dark Souls with mice. Walk This Way says, my whispering is creeping him the fuck out. This isn't whispering. This is whispering. And I'll concede. This is the sort of thing that might creep someone out. But it's also the sort of thing that might arouse someone. So on the whole, I probably shouldn't do it so much. Why am I still holding this thing in my hand? Maybe I just wanted a friend. Certainly, Cyric says, Yahtzee, what would you say are the most important aspects of a good action RPG? Well, I'd say the good aspect of a good action RPG is the same as the aspect of a good RPG, which is that you have to be able to specialize at something. You have, if by the end of the game your character is basically skilled at absolutely everything, then it's not that interesting. But if it's more interesting if you can really specialize your class, do something with some weapons that you can only do with other weapons in a second playthrough. So your choices actually have to matter to a degree. Are you guys going to come and fight me, or are you just going to waddle about like that? Well, I think they answered that question. Oh, I see I'm making friends thick and fast at present. Now, people who are fans of Dark Souls will recognize this guy as the pretty much the first boss in the game, besides the tutorial boss. He's a regular enemy now, and he killed me. Last Tess asks, what am I drinking? Well, at the moment I'm drinking Angry Orchard Hard Cider, the Hoppin' Mad Apple variety. Huh. See, that's the annoying thing about Dark Souls warping. You have to actually sit at the bonfire before it registered that you were at it. Brian Connor 360 asks, what do I think is the difference between dying to a Dark Souls boss a lot because it's a real challenge and dying frequently because of bad design? Oh shit, this is the wrong princess. Sorry, I'll just back out. Beep, 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 beep. Well, the annoying Dark Souls bosses are the ones where death feels like it's more down to chance than anything you did. The Bed of Chaos boss fight is notorious for basically just trying to get across a room without the floor randomly collapsing under your feet. And it's one of the most notoriously awful boss fights in the game. But you know what? I think the Bed of Chaos could be fixed fairly easily. All you have to do is put a floor underneath the collapsing floor at the top. Maybe a floor full of poison and monsters if you really want to make it challenging. But then we don't have to die and get all the way to the boss fight to try it again. We just have to climb back up. That's my suggestion. Certainly Cyric says Yahtzee liked Bioshock Infinite, didn't he? As part of some larger communication, possibly. Yes, I did. I thought it was quite fun. It's interesting, that word, isn't it? Toon. ACP Twitch says, is my toon wearing a dress? I always thought it was more the word for your character in an MMORPG. I think it goes back to one of the earliest ones of those. What was I doing? Oh yes, I was going to check over here, because there was some shit I haven't picked up. Ah. Well, that hurt. I'm going to punish you and then get the fuck away to have a little drinky. Yeah, not so tough without your dogs, are you, Mr. Capra Demon? That's a little one for my Dark Souls playing homies. Peace. Well, there's a knobby little so-and-so. Well, that was a whole bit of hype for bugger all. Nah, I can't be asked. Royal Twit the Third asks, can I recall the first YouTube channel that I watched? Well, I guess it would have been a Let's Play channel, because started watching YouTube when all the Let's Play started shifting on there. Might have been Brett's of Prey, maybe. I don't know, but when YouTube first came about, I didn't really see subscribing to channels as a thing. I just wait for the funny videos, really. Lord Chanex asks, do I think games age, or do people just get picky as tech improves? Well, it depends on the game, really. Of course, games that depend on the tech age rather poorly. I think the patron saint of that phenomenon would be the first Myst game. Looked amazing at the time, all those pre-rendered backgrounds. Played like shite. Digitcheer asks, are there any video games I'm invested in the lore as much as with Dark Souls? You know, there was a time when I used to get more into the lore of video games. I remember when I was a kid I used to make my own comics of Fantasy World Dizzy. And I remember getting really into Monkey Island and feeling weirdly existential after seeing the ending of Monkey Island 2. But I play so many games these days, it's hard to get that invested. Even games I really like Spec Ops: The Line. I don't even remember what the names of your two sidekicks were in that. Oh yes, I haven't done this boss fight yet. It's time for some fun. Yeah, I'm probably perfectly kitted out for this. Alright, it's a cutscene before fight boss, that's how you know it's serious. Yes, this is the centipede demon. A demon that's part centipede and part another centipede. To create a sort of complete mess. But there's a sort of stock sound playing in that cutscene just there, which is the same sound that leads into one of the tracks from the original Half-Life. Interesting fact. Oh, come on then, Mr. Alright. I think he decisively has come on now. Ah, that didn't last long. Well, it's been a while since I fought this lad. Come to think of it, this is what I usually end up summoning Solaire to help me out with. Alright, alright. We died, and now we learned something. So we can use what we have learned. Tell you what, let's see if magic does any better. Come on, do something interesting. Aha! Damn it, I'm trying to target you, you selfish git. Well, that didn't help. Perhaps a quicker casting spell is the answer. Oh, not bad damage. See, it would be easier if there wasn't all this lava all over the place, but I guess that's the point. Well, I nearly dodged. I should have seen that coming, I suppose. Tried to get 2 hits in. Wasn't happening. Tell you what, I don't want to get too bogged down here. Isocrid says, Yahtzee forgetting about the lava ring. You fool, Isocrid, this is the boss fight where you get the lava ring. Fancy not knowing that. Ugh. There it is. Syphilitic Knight asks, Yahtzee, which boss in Dark Souls is most difficult for you? Oh, it's got to be that Fume Knight in Dark Souls 2. Had to hire 2 friends to help with that to finally get it done. Alright. I have a strategy in mind now. I know he's around here somewhere. Ha ha ha! There it is. Syphilitic Knight says, haven't played Dark Souls 2, Smoog and Ornstein are hardest for me. Yes, Ornstein and Smough is a pretty hard boss fight in this game. Although I've found it fairly straightforward on this run through. Actually, it's a funny story. I was human as I was going past Ornstein and Smough's boss door, and I wasn't gonna go in, but then someone invaded me and I was like, ah, bollocks to it, might as well. And then I ended up winning the fight that I had not intended to win at all. I only got in there to get away from the invader. Ow. That's right, you keep him busy. I feel like you're not being a team player here, Soleil. Try to hold him still. Oh, well. He's getting cheeky now. Alright, I'm distracting him. Do your thing, Soleil. Oh, shit. Ah, good. I think Soleil's drawn back. Oh, get out of the lava, Soleil, you big silly. Oh, I'm out of those spells as well. Come on, mate, I'm doing half the work here. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, Soleil's looked better. Hey! Teamwork. Try and stay alive until the end of the boss fight, Soleil, then we can celebrate together. Ah, that's better. Now I can focus on the chat again. Syphilitic Knight asked, who do I usually kill first, Smough or Ornstein? Well, I usually kill Ornstein first. I've tried killing Smough first, but big Ornstein's just a huge arse. And Smough's actually kinda easy once you know his patterns. He's thoroughly slow and avoidable, you just have to watch out for that big jumpy lightning attack. Yes. Well, now we've got the orange charred ring, which, despite being charred, actually reduces lava damage. Against logic. You'd think a charred thing has already demonstrated that it takes damage from heat. But I guess it just charred and then didn't get any more damage, and that's why it's impressive. A Rogue VHS tape asks, Fume Knight, how did I beat him? Well, I already said I hired 2 guys. That's the great thing about Dark Souls, it's just like being it's just like hiring help at the Home Depot from passing unemployed day labourers. Which is exactly the ingredient for a cool game. Oh, and here he is again. Hi, Solaire.
Why?
Because.
After all this searching, I still cannot find it.
Well, if you're looking for your feather, you've left it on the top of your head.
Why? Why? After all this searching, I still cannot find it.
Alright, well I will leave him to searching this small area of ground in front of him. Right. Looks like we can level up, perhaps even twice. I'll get the intelligence up a bit more. Still working my way towards Soul Spear. And vitality and endurance are never wasted. Yahtzee, have I ever played the Armour games, or too much military wank modern shooter from Logichan X? Well, I did play Armour 3, but only so I could play the DayZ mod on it back when DayZ was a mod. No, that sort of ultra-realistic game I classify as a dad game, as in of interest mainly to dads. Kind of like Euro Truck Simulator and Train Simulator, and all the stuff retired dads play in their spare time to remind them of their glory days, before they were prisoners of emasculating shrews. Raging Doomfire asks, am I saving Solaire this game? Afraid not. No, I think we've already lost the chance to do that. You see, to save Solaire, you have to enter the Warriors of Chaos Covenant, and then give a whole bunch of humanity to the White Spider Lady, and then you have to open the door that leads into the last bit of Lost Izalith ahead of time, so that you can kill the thing that kills Solaire before it kills Solaire, and then Solaire doesn't get killed by it. I hope that answered your question. Digitcheer asks, if I had to write for a AAA game, what part of the game do I think would I find most success in writing? World building, characters, dialogue, general narrative, etc. Well, I guess it's character dialogue I find is usually my strength. Trouble with character dialogue in games, though, is having to write variants. You write one line for a specific situation, then you got to try and rephrase the same sentiment like 12 or 13 times. You ever looked at the Team Fortress wiki and the page of all the voice responses the characters can have for every situation, and there's like 15 different ways of saying get on the point? It's the writers who had to come up with those I feel sorry for. We can fight these giant arses that are floating around, but why would you want to get into a fight with an arse? What has an arse ever done to you? Tanesetum TATWD, whose name is, if anything, even more obnoxious to say than the last guy, whose name was obnoxious to say, asked, do I have persistent brain baggage from other games? For example, when he goes up against skeletal foes with a bladed weapon in any game, you think, uh-oh, can't do much damage to them with this. Even when you know that's not the case. Well, I do always feel like plant-based enemies should be taking more damage from fire. Maybe Pokemon left more of a mark than I thought. Guess we're going down this way. Oh, ow. But you know, sometimes I get brain baggage from games that extends into real life. Like when I've played The Sims for ages, once or twice I'd walk out the door, and walk down the street and think to myself, huh, my hunger meter is low, I should go and eat something. Even though no hunger meter was present. And back in the day, after I played a whole load of Thief, or Thief 2, I'd walk out of the room and catch myself looking for my visibility gem. Oh, happy times. Yeah, you can't get over that route, fat boy. What are you gonna do about it? Look at all the fun I'm having over here on the other side of the route. Oh, I guess that... Oh, look, tables are turned. I guess that's evolution in action. Okay, seriously. Why can't I get out of here? Well, I guess this is what they call karma. I was taking the piss out of him, and I didn't notice myself get wedged in this crack. Ah, that's more like it. Didn't want to get wedged in a crack all night. At least not until I've had a few drinks. Thanks for waiting. That's the trouble with Dark Souls. Alright. You may notice that these enemies belch flame. That's not good for a chillout stream. That's why I gotta kill them quick, so that we can go back to chilling. Commander Kral says, "Can you play Thief, Yahtzee? I've been playing it and I can't seem to get all the loot in levels." Well, of course, the loot in the original Thief was notoriously hard to find. Well, I know you're not talking about the new Thief, because that shit's for tossers. Rage and Doomfire, what's the most satisfying Dark Souls enemy to fight? Well, any enemy is satisfying if you can get a parry off. And there's that lovely satisfying splat of your sword going straight through their stupid face, as they put on the most stupid expression of their stupid face. But for bosses I find satisfying to fight. For some reason my mind's going to the Covetous Demon in Dark Souls 2, because he was such a big fat chunky bastard. It was like mashing up Play-Doh with your hands. Ugh. This thing makes horrible noises. Certainly Sirix asks, have I played the other roguelike Lovecraftian themed game on Steam, Eldritch? Yes, I did. It was quite fun. It's got a sort of Minecrafty art style. I'm not sure it pulls off the atmospheric horror thing, but it's a kind of fun as a dungeon crawler. Well, I guess this is somewhere I haven't gone, because there's pickups. Okay. Okay, that wasn't funny, game. Jackie Lightbulb, is that the one I had Gabe fight, the covetous demon? Yes, and he failed at it twice before I had to beat it for him, because Gabe was shit at the bosses in that game, and I got most of them. Because I'm so great. Damn. It's turning into an unchill party over here. Right, you'll do. Well, anyway. Can't even remember which way I came in here now. DavJH asks, did I play a lot of Sunless Sea? Not a whole bunch. It was quite fun with the exploring thing. I just thought the interface was a bit crappily designed. I don't know, all the action was taking place all the way in the distance and in text. I didn't really feel that involved. Jackie Lightbulb asks, do you know about Alexander Dumas's father? Well, I know he fathered Alexander Dumas, and surely that's enough achievement for any man. Oh boy, this is a fun fight. You know what? I see I've come at a bad time. Oh, bugger. Syphilitic Knight asks, am I going to review Gears 4? Well, don't want to give too much away, but I've already reviewed Gears 4, and the video is safely tucked away in the Escapist's FTP to be released this week, on Wednesday, in the usual zero punctuation time slot, which will probably mean I'll have to play some of it on stream. The things I do for you people. Drukitarjar asks, have I ever played a game called Hyperlight Drifter? Yes, I did. It's another vaguely Dark Souls-esque sort of game, with a sort of 2D isometric pixel art thing going on. I seem to remember enjoying it, but then I stopped playing it for a while. Then I came back to it and realised I had no idea where to go or what was going on. Which is the risk with that sort of game, if you don't play all of it in quick succession. Excuse me. I just burped. How rude. Logichan X asks, I once said on Let's Drown Out that Mass Effect feels sexless. What do I mean? Well, obviously I'm not saying there's no sex in it, because there clearly is. It's just that all the characters are also sterile and dull and lacking in punch because of the nature of Bethesda RPGs makes it hard for them to express emotion. Oh, I didn't open this. And all the spaceships and environments feel very cold and sterile. They don't feel particularly lived in. It's just, you know, it's just not that sexy. I'm not sure how better to explain it. It's just not sexy. Sibling Knight asks, have I ever beat FTL? Yes, I have. But don't be jealous. Lord Bester, sorry, I meant BioWare, not Bethesda. See, I'm not sure if it's BioWare face or Bethesda face, but it's the same face, you know what I mean. When you talk to RPGs in BioWare games or in Bethesda games, they put on the BioWare stroke Bethesda face. Ooh, you cheeky bugger. You tried to burn me bum. Ginger Gentleman says, do I have any Halloween traditions, or is that not as big a thing in the less rebellious colonies? No, I think you're alone with the Halloween, America. My girlfriend was sent a Halloween card. That was a completely alien concept to me. I mean, yeah, I know people do the dress-up thing, and some people do the trick-or-treat thing, and some people put, like, little spray-on decals on their windows, but it didn't seem like a thing people would send each other cards about. Am I crazy? I'm just sick of everyone's shit around these parts. I'm just gonna hurry on. Because there's a very specific thing I want to show off. Dave JH asks, who's my favourite stand-up comedian? Well, I got quite into Eddie Izzard when I was a kid, but I also like Bill Bailey. I saw Bill Bailey live at the Brisbane QPAC a couple of years ago. It was a lot of fun. Alright. Oh, crystal lizard, crystal lizard, crystal lizard, crystal lizard, crystal lizard. Kill the crystal lizards. Oh, god damn it. I said kill the crystal lizards. Yes. What's going on here? Oh no! It's our mate, Solaire. He's only gone and put on a extremely festive party hat that's ruined his brain.
My very own son. I am the son.
See, this is what happens, Solaire. This is what happens when you put strange things on your head. This is why I got thrown out of the petting zoo. Well, you put up a better fight against the centipede demon, mate. And thus concludes the tragic story of Solaire Vestora. But hey, score! We got to steal all his shit. And yes, the thing that was just taking over Solaire's head, now we can put it on as well. Don't get quite the same reaction though. So, this has been the wonderful Hats of Dark Souls. And it's coming up to 9 PM and that's about the time I should be pissing off. But hey, we killed a boss, witnessed the death of a friend, and put on a very, very sweet hat, which I call a good day's work. So I hope you all have a thoroughly spooky and skeleton-filled Halloween. Preferably not wheeled skeletons, 'cause those guys can piss off. Thanks for joining me for this very spooky chill-out stream. Sorry about that second game we played. I guess that'll teach me not to try out the games before I play them on stream. I get the feeling this is a lesson that everybody learns, and yet no one takes seriously until they've learned it themselves. Ow, ow, shit. I know you don't have to go to a bonfire before you end the game in Dark Souls, but I kinda like doing so. It makes me feel safe. Alright, I'll just get back to the Daughter of Chaos, and then I'll say a jolly good night to you all. Don't get hideously murdered trick-or-treating or anything. Alright, just in here, and then I think you might have spawned about 6 or 7 feet in front of where you're supposed to spawn, lady. Man, I didn't really anticipate getting this intimate with you. Now that's a little bit imposing, isn't it? Look, I told you, I just want to be friends. Alright, that's enough fun. Whoa, using the mouse and it's going crazy up here. Okay, good night everyone, happy Halloween.